Welcome. Yeah. Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show Live. Hope everybody is doing good. Welcome to the Friday night show. Let me shut that off. The Friday night show. Our topics, we're doing two topics again. The first one is, would you continue to attend the church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or not? And number two is, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? So those are our two questions that we have tonight. Yep. And so when you get in, click share and share it with your friends. And yeah. So our questions tonight are, would you continue to attend church when the pastor has slept with many people in the church while married, or why or why not? And then, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? And so what you saw at the beginning of the show tonight is a clip of John Gray and his wife. John Gray allegedly cheated 2 times on his wife. He's married. If you saw that little clip, he was saying that, even though he was putting on airs for, his church and everything looked good, if you were on the outside looking in, everything looked good, but there were some problems there. And so he was kind of talking about why, how he ended up cheating or whatever. And so this has been happening a lot. I know pastors are human, so no judgment here, but I'm sure people will judge. And then let me move that up so that thing is not covering me up. There we go. And the second question is, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? And so those are the topics that we are talking about tonight. We'll give people a little chance to come in and we'll start then. But yeah, how are y'all doing out there tonight? I know it's a holiday, and so I won't stay on here very long. I'll go through the topics really quickly and see who's out there. Chime in when you want to. Again, we have 2 topics. Would you continue to attend the church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? And should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? And so what sparked the first question, would you continue to attend church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? So I don't know if anybody watches the Real Housewives of Potomac and or have kept up with Pastor John Gray. You will see that these 2 ministers have allegedly been sleeping around on their wives while running these big churches, and it's been revealed. But I noticed that the membership hasn't declined at all. And so I often wondered, what keeps those members in the church when, one of the 10 commandments, I think, is thou shalt not commit adultery, I think. Not a Bible scholar at all. So anyway, so I just thought I'd bring this topic to everyone to see what they thought about that. And then the second topic is, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? I just think that one is sad. So the first one, we'll get started. And like I said, when you come in, please click share. So our first question is, would you continue to attend a church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? And again, what sparked this topic is, if you were watching the Real Housewives of Potomac last week, it was very, 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 very interesting. Monique, who is a friend of Giselle is Pastor Jamal's ex-wife, I think, and they're trying to rekindle their relationship or whatever. And so Monique allegedly had all these receipts that Jamal was still sleeping around. Jamal is the pastor of the church here, I think New Birth. And I was just wondering, and that church is still packed. And then that's one minister that has allegedly committed adultery or whatever. Then we have John Gray, who allegedly committed adultery 2 times. And he is the pastor, I think, of Relentless Church. And the memberships are still very, very high at both of these churches, New Birth and Relentless Church. And so I often wondered, what are the members thinking when they're sitting in these congregations and these pastors have committed adultery, have been having romantic affairs with their church members, and or outside of the church, doesn't matter, committed adultery. And all this is allegedly. I don't know anybody's life. So yeah, that's the question. Would you continue to attend a church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? And like I said, if you're just joining in, I played a little clip of John Gray and his wife kind of standing on stage, kind of talking about the adultery that he allegedly had, and how, they both were, pretending to be happy, but, behind the scenes, they were not so happy in their marriage. So no, that's too much confusion. Yeah. Hey, Kelly. I haven't talked to you in forever. Anyway, yeah, that's a lot of confusion. I don't understand how members could sit there and know that's going on. I get that pastors are human. I get that they make mistakes, but like John Gray, the guy that I showed a clip of his video earlier. I think it's his second time and his wife seems like she's okay with it, but to me I could see through that, and it seemed like it was just not. He was dogging her out. Yeah. Horrible. Hey, Karen. And so and then Kelly, who was dogging who out? Jamal and Monique, or John Gray? Because I talked about 2 pastors. The first start of this video, once you get a chance to go back and look at it, I had John Gray, a clip of John Gray talking about himself having a emotional affair is what he called it. And, I realize pastors are human, but the question is, for all of those who just joined, we're on our Topic Hop Friday. We have 2 questions. Would you continue to attend a church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? Or the second question, and we'll get to momentarily, is should prisoners be allowed to attend the church, attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? And so the first question, I started off talking about Jamal Bryant and John Gray. They are 2 African-American ministers who are pastors over very large churches, and they allegedly both have been kind of sleeping around on their wives, or just simply having sex with other women, and but yet the membership of their churches, Relentless Church and New Birth, are really still high, and it doesn't seem that these situations have created a decline in the membership. And I was just wondering what you guys would be thinking out there as it relates to still sitting in a church knowing that happened. And I know none of us are perfect, and so I don't want to judge, but y'all can give your opinion if you want. That I know they're human, but you have to be the example of the flaw. So that's what that question was about. I don't know if I would continue to attend those churches, but if you're just really going there to listen to the word and get what you need from that piece, and you enjoy the worship service and you enjoy the choir, and you let him handle his own personal life, because that's actually between him and God, I think that may be the direction that I probably would go. Like, if I really, really enjoyed the message that was being delivered, I would probably just, go for the word, go for, listening to the choir and then participating in worship. So yeah. What are your thoughts out there? Are y'all out there? Everybody's busy with Christmas stuff. I just forgot that this is a Friday before the holiday, so I know I won't be on here long. Oh, hey Tony. Tony gave me a long question. I mean, a long response. It's a tough call because I really like Pastor Jamal Bryant and his ministry. I know about his past issues, and I feel like if the pastor was sat down and took the time to repent, etc., and they have really changed, then I may be okay. But if they continue to do it, no, I can't support that. On the other hand, I don't agree with John Gray because I felt he didn't take any responsibility and they blamed it on the other woman. Yeah, if you watch that clip that I put on, that's a good point, Tony. If you watch that clip that I put it on when this video first started, I felt like his wife was really just going along with the okie doke. And I do agree with you, Tony, that it's almost as if they were blaming this other woman for the problems. And then, not on top of that, it was as if I have to do all this stuff for the world to smile and all that stuff, but I had these problems going on behind the scenes. Then you should, as a minister, seek counseling, seek therapy if you knew you had problems and not go out and seek another woman. Yeah, and then you not only did it once, we're on our second time. And I agree with you. Pastor Jamal Bryant, I don't know if y'all watched the show, The Real Housewives of Potomac, but Jamal Bryant is allegedly trying to get back with his ex-wife he has like 3 daughters by Giselle Bryant. And but his daughters do not want their mother to date him because they said he hurt her in the past and they don't want to see her get hurt again. So they don't have any faith in their own father. So that's a big thing. Yeah. So I'm with you, Tony. I think I could, if they kind of, they did repent. And again, I was saying earlier, like if I like the message that they delivered, I would leave that other stuff between them and God and go listen to the word, participate in worship service, and then go home and not really connect with that minister. But it's I don't know. Their congregations are thriving. Like this stuff doesn't seem to faze them, but I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I don't know if that says anything about the members there that, are they almost brainwashed to where this person can do anything and they'll still sit there and support them? That's the other part that I'm like, I don't know about that part. And Tony said, and that's why John Gray keeps getting caught up because he has not been held accountable. He needs to own it. Yeah, he hasn't. I watched that video, the one that I posted on here, and I was just like, oh yeah, he's just blaming this other lady or even blaming, I think Satan tempted him and da 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 da. No, you went along with it. You put yourself in that position as well. So you do need to take ownership of that. But Relentless Church seems to be relentless in their support for him. So who knows, Good stuff. Anything else? Everybody's quiet tonight. And then so people who are just joining, would you continue to attend the church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? And looks like there's some stipulations in the answer, which means, like Tony was saying, that if they repented and they were really remorseful and kind of recovering from that negative behavior, then yes, there's a possibility. But if you keep doing it over and over again, that answer would change to a no, because you're not taking, like John Gray, you're not taking ownership of what you're doing, and you keep blaming these external forces on what you're actually doing. Take ownership. Okay. So like I said, I'm not staying on here long because I didn't think about this earlier this week, that this is a holiday, going into a holiday. People are probably shopping and trying to gather Christmas gifts and all that stuff. So number 2, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funerals? Why or why not? And so we will topic hop, because Karen just gave me a response. So we will be going back to question number 1 is, would you continue to attend a church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? Karen says, I used to watch John Gray. I know no one is perfect, and he has been accused of having an affair twice. He doesn't seem to be taking ownership. He lacks the remorsefulness. His lack of remorsefulness, I can't speak, is worrisome. Yeah. And I don't know, Karen, if you got a chance to watch that video clip that I put at the beginning of the show, but like Tony said, he was just constantly blaming this woman like it's her fault, or this outside force. It's their fault, and not taking ownership. But you've done it twice now. When are you going to own up to, and when is your congregation going to hold you accountable for that? Because that's the part that's scary, though, too. I hope church members are not just becoming brainwashed because they admire their leader so much, and their leader is almost like a celebrity, that they're just kind of going along with the okie doke because it's Pastor Jamal Bryant or John Gray, and they're celebrities. I don't know. But yeah, I would have to, there would be stipulations on those responses, definitely. And Karen, you say you've seen that clip before and it's worrisome. Yeah. Yep. And it's almost like you see why now that it's a second time, because John Gray is not taking ownership of his actions, which is, okay. So the second question, it says, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? I don't know. I was watching something this week, and something popped up, and it made me think about that question. I don't have this answer. To me, would have different stipulations as well. I think it's the type of crime that you committed would make a difference. If you were a threat to society, that even letting you out for that short period of time, you could harm other people, would be a stipulation that I would have to be examining. But if it's like a petty crime, and you didn't really hurt anybody, and I don't know what that looks like. Maybe if you robbed a place, or you had like an excess amount of speeding tickets or something, and you landed in jail for that whole weekend, or you were drunk in public and you landed in the prison system for a weekend, then I would say, and that happened to be the weekend that your parents' funeral takes place, that I probably would be like, yeah, release them and let them go to the funeral. But if there is I don't know, if the crime is very, very, very severe, then I don't know. What do you guys think out there? Should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? Yeah. What are your thoughts? I gave my thoughts on it. I don't know. And so for the people that just joined, we're topic hopping again. We've covered the first topic. Would you continue to attend a church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why or why not? Or 2, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? Karen says it depends on the crime, and they are a flight risk. If you are a murderer, then no. I agree, Karen. And my thought process was that if it's a local prisoner, and they would actually have to escort that prisoner to the funeral and then bring them home. I think I've seen it done before, but some prisoners have been denied that, and I'm sure it's almost like this is your another part of your punishment. But the bad part is you will never see your parents again alive, and you will never get to say goodbye, which is it's kind of sad on that note. But Karen, you're like what I said. It depends on that specific crime. Like, what is that? It's a hard decision. And Tony says, I agree. It would have to be a case by case for serious crimes, but I believe in most cases they should be able to attend their parents' funeral. And I agree. Like, if it's something severe and threat to society, yeah, I think I'd let you stay in there. Maybe, I don't know. Now with technology, you could do a Zoom meeting or something so they could at least see the funeral from their cell or something. I don't know, but a lot of people probably would be like, no, once you commit that crime, all your rights are dismissed and you have no say so. It's hard. And Karen says, I've only seen it done on TV or movies. It's a case by case. Karen, I think I've seen it. I'm trying to remember if it was one of my cousins back home in Virginia, and her kid had to come into the funeral, but he was, of course, in shackles. I think I remember that. I was younger. Don't quote me. But yeah, I know it happens, but I know some prisoners are not allowed to attend either. So that's why I brought this question. I'm sure that is a hurtful thing. Like, if you're a criminal, I mean, if you're a prisoner and you committed this serious crime and you can't say goodbye to your parents, that's sad. And if you were in there for life anyway, you weren't going to see them anyway. So I guess that's the way they may look at it. I don't know. Yeah, but good stuff. Good stuff. So for all the people that joined, we have covered 2 topics today. Number 1, would you continue to attend the church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why not? We came with stipulations with that answer. It depends on if the pastor is they have been, I don't know why I can't say that word. They repented of their sins and they did not continue to repeat the same behavior. And maybe we could sit in the church, but if they continue to repeat the same behavior, then we would have to reconsider our membership. Number 2, we talked about, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? There was stipulations on that one, as well as what type of crime that they committed. Like everybody on online was saying today, it's probably a case by case, depending on what the situation is. I for one say, if they are a threat to society, then probably no. The alternative to all of this is that maybe the prison can do a Zoom meeting or allow them to see it via social media or something while they're in their cell. I don't know. But yeah, those are the 2 things we talked about today. It's almost 9 o'clock, so that's a half an hour. I wasn't staying on here long because it is a holiday and I want people to be able to go do what they need to do. Wrap gifts, buy gifts, spend time with their family, enjoy their Friday nights. But yeah, those are the 2 questions that we addressed tonight. Share this video after I close it out so that other people can see it. But I thank everybody who is on. Okay, Karen says, I had no idea what Pastor Bryant's family life has been or currently is. Yeah, Karen. So there's a show called The Real Housewives of Potomac. And Jamal's ex-wife is on that show, and his daughters are also on that show. And there is this thing called a reunion on the show where this one other person who's on the show said that Pastor Jamal Bryant still is sleeping around with other women and has a kid allegedly, and all of this stuff while trying to rekindle his relationship with his ex-wife. It's a big mess. If you Google it now, you'll see it all over everywhere. And then, of course, we talked about John Gray. But I know everybody's human. We all make mistakes. We all probably look back at some of the things we did and was like, why did I do that? Or why did I keep doing that? So I understand that piece. So anyway, so thank y'all. We had 2 minutes. Anybody got anything for 2 minutes? 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Yeah. I feel like I'm online with my clients and I'm doing telehealth. But yeah, very interesting topics. I'll repeat them again. Would you continue to attend a church when the pastor has slept with other people in the church while married? Why not? And number 2, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why or why not? And yes, thank you, Karen. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Thank you for your support. I probably won't do a show next Friday because that's Christmas, unless I get on here and I'm just bored. I might just jump on and just talk to people if they're on here. But enjoy your families, enjoy your time. And oh, hey, Tanisha's just joining, Tanisha. So Tanisha, our 2 questions was, would you continue to attend a church when the pastor has slept with people in the church while married? Why not? And then 2, should prisoners be allowed to attend their parents' funeral? Why not? We had stipulations on both of those questions. If the pastor continued to repeat the behaviors over and over again, it would be a no and we would leave. And number 2, it depends on the crime that the prisoners had committed, whether we felt like they should be released or escorted to their parents' funeral. So that was the stipulations of the topics tonight. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, there were great topics. Thank you. Like I said, if any of y'all have topics, send it to me. I will cover them. You don't have to cover them. And I will love to talk about them and share them. So anyway, if you just joined, I'm sorry we're getting ready to hang up. And Quentin says, hey, Quentin, they should be allowed to go to the funeral. I'll pass on the Real Housewives show. It tends to lean towards being judgmental. I like some of them because I like the entrepreneurial type mentality that some of them have, because they all are trying to establish businesses, and it shows you that their drive and determination. It has its pros and cons, just like any other reality show. And but I do like the like I said, the entrepreneurial spirit that they give out. And yeah. So, and Quinn says they've started fighting too much. On some of them they do, but you have to realize it's just TV. It's made for TV. So anyway, like I said, we are out. Sorry if you just joined. Go back to the beginning. I played a clip of John Gray apologizing, him and his wife apologizing about his infidelity, but again, not taking ownership and repeating his behavior over and over again. And so our determination on that topic was that we would attend that church, but if that behavior kept going on and on, we would probably leave because you're not taking ownership. Number 2, we had stipulations. Prisoners, we felt like they should go, but it depended on the type of crimes they committed, because if it was a serious crime and you were a danger to society, it would be kind of scary because you might go out and hurt somebody else in that short time. And so we had stipulations on that. But anyway, have a good night. Share the video. Check out Start From the Beginning. It's a good show. Good topics. Talk to y'all probably in 2 weeks. I may jump on next Friday, but it is a holiday, so I know everybody will be busy doing their Christmas stuff. Thank y'all again. Good night.